It's Rock the Bells Radio. Your boy Torae is back in the building. This man is no stranger to the Rock the Bells platform, to rocking stages. He actually touched down at the Rock the Bells Festival a couple summers ago here in New York City. The man, the myth, the legend, the Don Mega's in the building. Ice Cube is here.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Nah, man. Thank you for being here, my brother. One of my very first guests early on, like 11 years ago when I got my show, somebody that's always been like an icon to me, somebody that I've modeled a lot of myself after. And I was walking around New York City and started coats that Raiders started with that Scully on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Acting like a young Cube. So thank you for being back in the building and gracing us.
Man, thanks for having me. It's always great to be on Rock the Bells. Love the platform. Love what y'all doing over here.
Absolutely, man. And obviously you and L, y'all relationship goes back for years and years.
Yeah, you know, he my OG in the game, for sure.
No doubt. Even the OGs got OGs.
Yeah.
So I talked about you touching down at the Rock the Bells Festival. And something that you said during that performance was how important it was for you to rock in New York City. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As an artist coming from the West Coast and that New York acceptance. But for everybody who played themselves and didn't make it to the show, just talk to me more about that.
Hey, man, it's pride. You know, it's like you playing and, you know, I guess if, you know, you playing in the biggest stage, you know, for the music, you know, this is the Mecca. Right. And so we've always been honored to perform in New York. I remember the first time we performed at the Apollo.
Right.
It was during some kind of rap convention, you know, BRE, something like that, some kind of rap convention. Don't get me lying, but it was everybody, all the artists was going through the Apollo performance. So, you know, we was performing like Big Daddy Kane and then, you know, Biz Markie and, you know, it's like who's who of rap. And then we came through there. We wasn't known, right. And then they booed us like, yo, we wasn't feeling that. And so we was like, yo, next time we come, you know, we just got to be ready. And the next time I came, I was solo. You know, I had left NWA, right. So I was nervous. I was like, oh, man, we about to do the Apollo again. I remember the last time.
The last time.
Yeah. But this time, you know, it was the total opposite. It was all love, crazy. People rushed the building. You know, you got a clip of Redman talking about being in the audience that day.
Fire.
And, you know, it's just always been, you know, a overemphasis to make sure when you hit New York, you better be tight, better be right.
Absolutely. I mean, you come to New York, obviously, when you were working, after you left NWA and working on that first album, America's Most. So, you know, just having that sound and I think the energy that you was coming with, and obviously people that were fans of NWA were like, why, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? And we wanted to see what it was going to be. So from Kill at Will to America's Most, we got a chance to really see the coming out, if you will, of Ice Cube and how you've been able to just continue that on for decades is crazy.
It is, you know, it's a blessing, being in the right place at the right time, and being there with the right energy. You know, that's important. And so, yeah, you know, just putting one project in front of the other, trying to make sure we get the people quality and get the people good stuff that, you know, they might not get everywhere else. And I've been blessed with longevity.
Absolutely. Which brings us right to this new joint, man. Yeah. It's My Ego. Talk to me about this record, the title, and the thought behind it all.
Produced by E.A. Ski, who's a Bay Area legend.
Another legend.
Yeah, and you know, it's a song. When I heard the track, you know, I want to just celebrate our ego. You know, a lot of people say, you know, the ego is something that you should suppress. You know, the ego gets you in trouble. Your ego, you know, make it seem like you're conceited or, you know, you're arrogant, big-headed, all that. But your ego is what makes you unique. You know, it makes you a solid individual and not part of a herd. And so I want to just change that around. I want us to celebrate who we are, be proud of our, you know, our ego. There's nothing wrong with being brash and, you know, and letting people know that you're good. And so it's just a song that celebrates that. And, you know, hopefully people get the spirit from the song and celebrate their own ego.
No doubt. We're going to celebrate it right now, man. It's LL Cool J's Rock the Bells Radio. The Don Mega Ice Cube is here. Let's get to this new one. It's My Ego, Style Raw. It's Rock the Bells Radio. Your boy Torae is here. Ice Cube is here. We just heard the joint. It's My Ego. So is that an Al Green sample or is it interpolation?
Well, we actually had to take that out.
Okay.
We actually had to take that out because I guess Al didn't like my lyrics. So we ended up taking that out and flipping it.
Was it the part where you talked about slapping motherfuckers?
Nah, it was. I think it was about past the grits or something
Oh,
like that.
yeah, the grits. The grits to do it. The grits to do it. He passed the grits. What's the problem?
It's cool. I understand. It's probably a traumatic event for my man. It's just perfect for the song, especially when we had that lick in there, so we just had to change it. So you remember the first version.
Yeah, that first version. That's what I'm still rocking. In the joint, as we get into obviously you being one of the dopest MCs and lyricists, I'm paying attention to the bars. I was Kendrick before Kendrick.
Yeah.
Expound.
Do I have to?
for the people that might not be knowing.
Well, just provocative artists, artists that said what I felt, put it all out there, very critical of the system and the government and what we have to go through as black people in this country. And, I think he's the same kind of artist, thought-provoking artist. And so I was that before he was.
Nah, for sure. As soon as I heard that, the correlation for me immediate was like, yes, absolutely. I totally get that. What is you guys' relationship like?
Very cool. I don't know him that much. We've only been around each other a few times, but it's all love. And, I think he respects NWA a lot. And so it's just, he's done some cool stuff for us. Like he inducted us into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And, he came out and did it. When I did Coachella, he came out and did one of his hit songs, It's Gonna Be All Right. And so it's always been love and respect. And, if he ever hit me up, I'm gonna always be there.
Interesting, because as the conversation about the Super Bowl is probably some of the most prevalent talk that we having right now, if that was a call made, would you come out on that platform?
I wouldn't want him to make that call because I want to do the Super Bowl as an Ice Cube show. I don't want to be a guest.
Got it.
So, hopefully
hopefully you don't call.
Yeah, so I don't have to say.
So you don't have to double.
At the end of the day, it's an honor, but it's something that I think if you do, you should be the headliner.
No doubt.
At least I should.
Yeah. I mean, you are Ice Cube, right? You guys are both part of that Dr. Dre family tree, that lineage right there. When the whole Kendrick and Drake thing happened, obviously you going through being battle tested, right? Having a few adversaries throughout the course of your career. What were your thoughts on that?
It's great. As long as it don't leave the studio. If it goes to the street, then it's not great.
Right.
If it goes and it spills over and people get hurt, then it just turned into street shit.
Right.
But as long as it stay on wax, so to speak, then it's great for hip hop. Everybody loves to see heavyweights go at it, And that's the essence of our game,
Sure.
battling. That's how, a lot of us became great at our craft is battling other MCs. So, it's like sparring to a boxer. And so, I think it's all right every now and then to get into a little,
War words.
Why not?
A little squabble.
Yeah,
Teach a man how to squabble.
It's the essence of the game.
Absolutely. When that all kind of came to be, there was a lot of talk about greatest diss songs of all times in the culture, and obviously No Vaseline. If it's not people's number one, it's definitely in the top 2 to 3. When you hear that, obviously with all of the things that have transpired since then and the loss and all that, but when you hear that record still resonates through to the people to this day as one of the top diss songs, how do you feel?
I feel great. You feel like you want to make an impact, lasting impact. You want to have, your hip hop moments that people can uh, you know, point to and say, hey, this is a time when Cube, was at the top of his game,
Sure.
and everybody want to have that history. Everybody getting the game want to have iconic moments, iconic records,
Yeah.
iconic shows, and so to have one or two or as many as you
Yeah. You got a couple.
give to me, then it's part of it's a notch on your belt as an artist, and makes you walk around with your head up.
Absolutely, as you should, man. The Don Megas here. It's Ice Cube, LL Cool J's Rock the Bells Radio. We're going to get to a classic right now. Make sure you keep it where you need it. It's that raw. Ice Cube is in the building. Your boy Torae is here. We bringing you that classic, timeless hip-hop. And we come through with that new. So we heard the original It's My Ego. Let's get into this remix real quick, man.
Yeah. Well, I sent the track to a few of my folks, Killer Mike, Busta Rhymes. Man, and they don't play.
You said those names.
They don't play.
We know what they do.
Yeah, they don't play. So, it was a fire drill.
No doubt.
And so, they got busy. I had to come with a different verse too on that.
As you should.
I can't let them have
right,
all the fun.
Right. You don't want to take the bronze.
Yeah. So we, to me, we got a great, remix to a great record. So it's amazing that they're on the tracks with me.
Yeah. Nah, I think you've always been very selective in the people that you choose to collaborate with, and your track record speaks for itself just from the quality of music. How you pick the people that you want to work with?
I really look for it to be a real relationship, and it's not just a studio thing or, somebody call me up and somebody want you to rap on their stuff. I want to know and have some kind of relationship with you if we're gonna do music together.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure,
and I never charge, and it's always, do one for me, I do one for you.
Yeah. The barter system, the dopeness though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't be trash trying to get a free feature out of Cube. The album, Man Down, let's talk about it. First and foremost, the album cover. Now, some of your past works, legendary album covers, I think Death Certificate, I think America's Most cover, I think Lethal Injection cover. This Man Down cover, talk to me about the art on it.
Well, it's a youngster walking through a neighborhood, and all the men are down. From the man on the street to the construction guy to the police officer, all the men are face down on the ground. Mm-hmm. And to me, it's thought provoking as far as a record called Man Down, and that's what it seems like is happening. The strong men in our community are down, and we need to get up. And so this was the visual manifestation of that vision. People take into what they think.
Right. Interpretation.
Everybody will look at it and get something different out of it, but I thought it was a powerful image to see, all these strong men down while everybody else is up and moving around.
How do we get back to that place where we have that power, that energy, where we have our men standing up, right, and being men?
Get out of our feelings. You know what I mean? Like, we done got a little too, sensitive, period. Men have gotten a little too sensitive. Get out your feelings. Get your ass back to work. Sure. Stop looking for somebody to pat you on the back, tell you you're doing a good job.
It's the voice for me.
All right, and we love you too, and all this crazy stuff. You know what I mean? Like, stop looking for that, man. Just do man shit. As far as doing what it takes to lead, to get things straight, to educate yourself, educate your kids. Like, time for play is over.
Yeah.
Time for play
Absolutely.
is over.
Speaking of educating, the masses, but also your family, your kids. Shout out to your son, man, O'Shea Jackson Jr. doing amazing things out there. One of my favorite shows to watch was his joint on Apple TV, the basketball joint.
Yeah.
That was really, really dope. When you see just him coming into his own in that television and film space, how you feel?
Love it. Very proud, and the fact that he's a great actor.
Yeah.
He's not just my son, but he's an actor that deserves to be there. And so just to see him living out his dreams and, helping him navigate the business, it's I couldn't ask for anything more for him.
No doubt. And father-son relationships, as an avid, diehard Lakers fan, Bronny is now in that purple and gold.
Yeah.
What you think about it?
I think it's great that his pops did whatever he could to get him there. That's what we should do as fathers. Do what you can to get your offspring to the next level. Now it's up to Bronny. Daddy can only do so much.
Right.
Now it's up to him to put in the work and prove that he belongs there. But don't fault LeBron in one instance for doing whatever he could to get his son to the league. That's what all the other fathers out there are doing.
Right.
Why can't he do it?
And they shine such a big light on that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, for one, the system don't really want, us thinking on that level to help your children become successful. They call it nepo babies and nepotism.
Right.
And like the whole world is built on that, man.
All this shit.
Like if it's good enough for them, it's good enough for us.
For sure.
So I laugh at stuff like that. I think I'd rather have a nepo baby than a jobless baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I tell my kids, man, don't even think about that, because the dude who's running one of these record companies, Sony or whatever, he just passed it on to his son. You know what I'm saying?
The Grangers, yeah.
Granger, he's running Universal, whatever. Passed it on to his son, so that's smart.
Right.
That's not dumb. And the people that's jealous gonna say, "Oh, that's nepo," And it's like, yep, nepo and weep.
It was a meme. It was like, just because your pops can't get you on at FedEx, don't be mad at LeBron.
Thank you. Yeah.
Let's get back to the music, man. The Dumb Mega is here. It is Rock the Bells Radio, that classic timeless. Ice Cube is here. It is Rock the Bells Radio. Cube, talk to me about the big three. I've been seeing news about franchises being sold off, and let's talk more about that. As we talk about business and being able to leave a legacy and have something for your family. The big three being able to get these franchises off. What does that play, and what does that mean for the future?
Well, with the big three, the league owned all the teams. So just like the UFC, where the league, owns all those contracts. We owned all the teams, so it was really up to us to make sure each team was competitive. And so now we're going to sell each team to a different owner in a different city. We've already sold Houston, Miami, Detroit, and L.A. And so we got 8 more to sell. And hopefully we find great owners, put them in great cities. We think it's going to unlock a big fan base, when these teams, when it gives you a reason to root for them. And then we can expand to 16 teams, 20, 24, and just keep growing the league.
Amazing. Was that always the vision, to be able to franchise them off like that?
Yeah, we knew in success this is where we would be, because we started off with 8 teams. And, running 8 teams is a handful. Then we expanded to 12. So we know if we ever want to go to 16 or 20, we got to get owners, because one league, it'll be hard to make all those teams competitive.
Right.
So, we knew in success this is where we would be.
That's crazy, man. If you haven't been out to a Big 3 game, it's a whole lot of fun. A lot of your favorite former NBA players are there, and a lot of dope people that you may have never heard of that got super game. Are you more partial to the LA franchise?
No.
I own this whole shit. It don't matter to me.
Yeah, I can't really worry about that. We at the league level, and we want them all to be successful. They all can't win, but we can't be biased at all.
Absolutely, man. Earlier in the conversation, we talked about No Vaseline. We got into it, and there's a line in that song. Obviously, it's an iconic record, but in that song, I never have dinner with the president, right? You double down, triple down on that. And for those that know, obviously, rest in power to the great Eazy-E, was at the White House, and so you were making a reference to that.
Yeah.
And in recent years, you've definitely been a lot more vocal in maybe not your political stance, but just what you feel politics in the community, how those things should be aligned.
Yeah.
I would love to give you an opportunity to talk because there's so much chatter and there's so much noise for you to be clear on how you feel and what your stance is right now in 2024.
On what?
I mean, we got a ticket, we got the Harris campaign, we got the Trump campaign. Obviously, towards the end of Trump's first term, you guys talked and there was a platinum plan and all of that. How do you feel about the two candidates that we have right now running? And do you feel like the work that you did with the Trump organization was beneficial, or if it still needs to go further, or was it in vain?
For clarity, I never met Trump. I never had dinner with him. I put out the contract with Black America 2020, August of 2020. And both parties contacted me about some of the things I had in that contract. So I talked to both sides. What happened was the Republicans adapted some things out of the contract with Black America to put their platinum plan together. I didn't name the platinum plan.
That's a wild name.
It had nothing to do with that. That was their plan, and they used some of our points that we had made in the contract with Black America, which was fine. Anybody can use whatever you want out of that. Mm-hmm. To me, it was a open list of ideas that could help us get out of this situation. So it's the same people running that was running last time. So I could care who win, to be honest, because no matter who win, you're going to have to get up and get your ass up and go to work in the morning.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So it's a situation where that's not going to change. And whoever wins, don't expect them to do anything for you. What you need to do is figure out how to do for self, because obviously, these ideas, these things have been presented for years and years, and we get the same results. So, to me, it feels like that's a dead end for us to really make progress. We're going to have to do it on our own. Can't look for the government to help in any way, shape, or form.
Interesting. I mean, there are conversations about certain civil liberties being stripped away and taken away. So that, if anything, sets us back even further, though.
Let me tell you this. All the liberties you think you got, when the police show up, the liberties shift from you to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In that instant, in that moment, yeah, you can take them to court. Yeah, you can do that. But when the police show up, all the rights you think you got shift to them, because they got the weapon, they got the authority, they got the power. So it's all an illusion. It's all an illusion.
Heard you. So you heard it, man. You heard it from the man himself. Ice Cube is here. What's the date on the album?
November 22nd.
November 22nd,
Yeah.
Man Down. How many joints on there? Any other features we need to be looking for?
Oh man, look for me. Corrupt is on there.
Okay.
I got
Young
something
Gotti.
with yeah, my man Be Real.
Okay. Cypress.
Exhibit.
Okay. X to the Z.
Yeah, and then Snoop, 40, and Short.
Yeah. We love that.
And my homeboy JD,
We love that. We love JD, man. Shout out to that lynch mob. Make sure you stay tapped in. It is LL Cool J's Rock the Bells Radio. Cube, let's go out on whatever you want. Musically, what you want to hear?
Yo, just your homeboy Ice Cube, man. Let's hear some of that new She Sanctified from me.
Okay.
It's me, Snoop, E40, Too Short, October London on the hook.
Crazy.
It's an old school Marvin Gaye joint. And it bang.
And it bang right here on Rock the Bells.